Chapter 10 Topic 22 Part 6 Life Sketches of Ummuhat Momineen. I had been reciting this prayer since the death of Hazrat Abu Salama, Jazākallāhu anhu, but I could not imagine a husband better than he. Till Allah arranged my marriage with the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Hazrat Aisha, radhiyallahu anha, says, Salama, radhiyallahu anha, was famous for her beauty. Once I contrived to see her. I found her much more beautiful than I had heard. I mentioned this to Hafsa, who said, in my opinion, she is not as beautiful as people say. She was the last of the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's wives to die. It was in 59 or 62 A.H. She was 84 at the time of her death, and as such she was born 9 years before Nubuwwat. As has already been said, the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, married her after the death of Hazrat Zainab bint Khuzaimah, radhiyallahu anha. She, therefore, lived in Hazrat Zainab's, radhiyallahu anha's, house. She found a hand mill, a kettle, and some barley in an earthen jar lying in the house. She milled some barley, and after putting some fat cooked a preparation, which she served to the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, on the very first day of her marriage with him. 7. Hazrat Zainab bint Jahsh, radhiyallahu anha. She was the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's cousin. She was first given in marriage by the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, to his adopted son Hazrat Zaid bin Harithat, radhiyallahu anhu. When Hazrat Zaid, radhiyallahu anha, divorced her, she was married to the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, by command of Allah, as mentioned in Surah A1 Azab. This took place at 5 AH. At that time, she was 35. She was therefore born 17 years before Nubuwwat. She was always proud of the fact that, while all the other wives were given in marriage to the Prophet by their guardians, it was Allah Himself who did this for her. When Hazrat Zaid, radhiyallahu anhu, divorced her and she had completed her iddat, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam sent the proposal to her. She said, I cannot say anything until I have consulted my Allah. She performed wudu, said 2 rak'at of salat, and prayed to Allah. 0 Allah, thy Prophet proposes to marry me. If I am fit for the honor, then give me in his marriage. Allah answered her prayer by revealing the following verse to the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So when Zaid had performed the necessary formality of divorce from her, we gave her unto thee in marriage, so that, henceforth, there may be no sin for believers in respect of the wives of their adopted sons, when the latter have performed the necessary formality of release from them. The commandment of Allah must be fulfilled. 33:37. When she received the good news about this revelation, she prostrated before Allah in thanksgiving. The Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, arranged a big feast of walima for this marriage.